Hi. So last night I got sore throat and I start coughing. So I immediately went to the grocery store and got these things. And then this works every single time. Basically, but we have to react right away when we get the first sign of sickness. And so what I got was raw ginger, ginger root. You can get from any grocery store, and also you get the raw honey, which is also available in any grocery store. In my case, I got this. You see, raw organic honey, and those two are the keys. And then, of course, in order to recover from any sickness, you need to implement sleep, right? And that's the key. But those three things will help, because every single time it works. I get sign of a sickness, cold, and I do this right away, and the next day you're fine. Like while I'm sleeping, it's like I sweat a lot, and fever will be gone, and many times it worked. It happened for me. Actually, extra story. Well, let's get to it. Like what we do first, and then I get to my story. So all you need is actually take a knife and take a piece of a ginger. And what you do, I've already done it here because I've already eaten it, right? But all you need is to slice the ginger like this, and then you keep doing and slice more. But what you do is like pile them up, and then even go farther, right? To do julienne. They call julienne, I think. In Japanese, it's called sengiri. But so make it like a thin line, like this. And then what you would do is even further chop them, so it become really small pieces, because it's easier to eat. But we have to eat. But don't worry about the taste, because it's going to taste good. Now, when we eat raw ginger by itself, it tastes, very bitter, very spicy. And also, it's raw, so it kind of feel like raw. It's heavy for your stomach. And then also honey too. If you eat by itself, it's super sweet and it's heavy. It feels heavy. But when we combine, and what you need is take a spoon and actually put the pieces onto on a spoon. Oh, sorry. Let me take this. Let me get the new spoon. Now, actually, with the new spoon, like a fresh spoon, scoop the honey onto the spoon. Take a lot, because this will help you to recover from sickness. And then on top of it, you can pile a lot of ginger. And then what you do is just eat. And like I said, when you eat each one by itself, it's either spicy or too sweet, and it really feels like heaviness of the low food. But when you eat together, I don't know why, but it tastes great. It's a mixture of the spiciness and the sweet, and then it doesn't feel like you are eating low stuff. But I think it's another key for them to be low, right? You can't really cook. Actually, ginger tea and honey works too. But this version, I think works even better. So check it out. And when you get a sign of cold, like a sore throat or coughing or a fever or anything, this works. But like I said, eat as much as you can. 1 spoon is good, but if you can do 2. And eat often too. Like once you eat, you go to the bed right away. If you can, go to the bed as soon as possible and then start sleeping. And you're gonna start sweating while you sleep. And then next morning, you feel much lighter. And you're not gonna get a bad sickness ever. Like you have maybe some of the signs, once a year or a couple times a year. But then when you do it, you never get a serious, real sickness ever. So I hope this will help. So here's what I think these days. We are energy, right? We are energy itself. Like the whole body that we have is energy, like, and it's emitting energy. Energy ball emitting energy. And then where that energy source is coming from is our mind. Whatever our mind is the energy that we are. Like it's not like we create or anything. We are energy. And that energy is coming from our mind. So how we set our mind is really how we are, or who we are really. Who we are is kind of energy that we are. So you want to have a good energy, great energy, in order to really influence where we live, the life we have. So it's super important to set your mind right in order to be the good energy. And when you are a good energy, the laws of attraction tells you it attracts who you are. If you are good energy, you attract good energy. And this is, I think it's true. And you have to execute whatever you need to do. But if you are a good energy, you're gonna execute. You are executing machine, right? You are not gonna be executed because you are executing, right? People who don't execute are executed, who ironically are so afraid of being executed, right? But so set our mind is super important to be the energy who attracts the energy, the same kind of energy, right? And that is going to propel you to wherever you want to go. Because at the end of, we have to realize we cannot live ourselves. And a lot of people, including myself, I used to think like, I can do anything, so I can live myself, right? But it has so much limitation, and that's why it's important to work with others. But you don't want to work with the wrong kind of others, right? You want to have the right kind of others, which is like-minded people who shares the dream, who shares the goal, so who can propel ourselves, each other, right? Like supporting each other. And the energy is important. I think we are the energy. I feel it. These days I understand and I feel it. Like I can picture myself as a energy ball. Like it's a fear of human being, but it's really energy. And our mind really dictates who we are and what we are gonna be. I just experienced with this kind of a concept because I was getting sick, right? Somebody brought a sickness, cold. He was coughing, and you know, he came into the environment I was in for one day, and I got like coughing, right? That night, or I think it was that night, I was at a restaurant eating by myself, and then I start coughing, and I thought, that's not good, and I immediately react because my mind was not letting me to get sick, right? So I immediately act. My mind was set to fight with that already. So I immediately went to the grocery store and I bought one ginger roots and a bottle of raw honey, because I know they work. They really work. So I ate them together, and I also bought a bunch of lemon, and I just ate you know, minced ginger and honey, raw honey at the same time, with, you know, and I just went to dive into the bed, right? Because I knew I needed to sleep, and I knew I could kill that germ right now. I knew I could kill that germ right now, right this moment. So tomorrow I'll be okay. And I did that, and you know, it's funny, every time I do that, I recover. I kill that germ right there before it gets stronger. And the next day I kept drinking hot water with lemon juice, right? The one I bought, and that's it. That was it. So we are the energy, and mind is really the source of that energy. And then mind, what we think dictates even like our physical body to the level of itself. I strongly believe that. And you know, like there are a lot of stories that you know, people who cure their cancers with their you know, belief that they are going to be fine. So the mind really dictates everything in ourselves, because it's energy itself. So it can change the entire course of whatever situation you are, you know, being at. So energy, we are the energy. That's something that I, you know, thought about, been thinking about, and yeah, we are energy, and the mind is the source of energy, and the mind is super important, because mind, I think mind is connected, deeply connected to, you know, it can communicate with our spirit.